many vulnerable people of 2.2 million extreme poor. And her story is an indicator that we must transform lives at a more accelerated pace. No poor person can wait. For as long as there is a girl or a boy or a man or a woman hungry and poor, then, Mr. Chairman, 2030 agenda seems too far from our vulnerable people. And that is why Ghana, like many countries, has adopted social protection as a key mechanism for poverty reduction and eradication. The 4th Republican Constitution of Ghana demonstrates our seriousness of purpose, and in articles which include our dealing with equality and freedom from discrimination to addressing gender, ethnic, and occupational imbalances, the framework for decent work, social insurance, health and safety, and welfare in employment, the development of creative potentials and contributory schemes for economic security are all embedded in our Constitution. We have equal educational opportunities and maternity benefits. And also, our Parliament is required to enact laws that are necessary to ensure that every child has the right to the same measure of special care, assistance, and maintenance as is necessary for its development. But Mr. Chairman, what do all these laws and policies mean to very rural people in deprived communities who can barely read in their own language, let alone in English? Mr. Chairman, because of this, Ghana has developed a national social protection policy that provides a comprehensive framework for effective delivery of our social protection interventions. And we must better address all the issues of poverty. We are developing a social protection bill that will provide legislative backing to the policy to ensure its sustainability in terms of funding and effective implementation. These legislative instruments, when passed, must also be enforced. The gap between the instruments and the enforcement is another issue that affects poverty. And it is our unique opportunity to change lives and leave them out of poverty and provide handouts and not handouts to transform the very lives that we wish to see in terms of their well-being. Mr. Chairman, living in fear of hunger and poverty is a tragedy for our vulnerable in our society. And so strategies for eradicating poverty to achieve sustainable development for all will include meaningful targeting, intergenerational solutions, and effective coordination of social protection programs. We have a national household registry working on a database on extreme poor, and is essentially the primary mechanism for selection of beneficiary households for all social protection interventions in Ghana, focusing primarily on the aged over 65 years, orphans and vulnerable children, persons with disability, and pregnant women with children under 1 year. The ministry has also established a single-window citizen service to improve case management and strengthen referral systems for social services. We dub it the helpline of hope, the voice of the voiceless, to disseminate relevant information to people who believe that giving a child out for marriage is an honor, when they should understand that it is a crime and the theft of the destiny of the girl child. And so the call center is the first of its kind, and we are going to provide different types of communication using different communication technology to look at tracking and resolving grievances and complaints in a timely manner by challenging them to the relevant programs or agencies, and to ensure that we strengthen institutions to enable our people to take control of their own destinies. Mr. Chairman, Ghana's Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program is a conditional and unconditional cash transfer. We had about 1,645 beneficiary households in 2008. Today, Ghana can say that we have 213,044 beneficiary households. And for 2018, we intend to increase it to 450,000. We have a national health insurance scheme that covers 9,648,361 people. Out of that, 13,816 are prison inmates. We have the Ghana School Feeding Program that covered 1.6 million children last year, and this year we've increased it to 2.1 million. Our feeding program is an opportunity to create markets for poor farmers and women and employment avenues for our farmers. The labor-intensive public works program has provided temporary employment to 167,233 beneficiaries, and I am happy as a woman that the majority of the beneficiaries are female. Bad debts and bad roads, inadequate good water supply, inadequate access to health and facilities in terms of education deepen poverty in our country. But we have the Education Capitation Grant, which seeks to provide and sustain free and compulsory basic education for all children. It is important that, Mr. Chairman, in this august house, for us to understand that our president has recently initiated the free senior high school program for students in Ghana to enjoy their right to education. And 90,000 young people are estimated to have enrolled in September last year, who otherwise would have been left out or dropped out of high school due to poverty. With this transformational free SHS initiative, the future of young Ghanaians is secured to enable us manage our lives better. We link the programs with Planting for Food and Jobs, and then the One District, One Factory, to ensure that Ghana's agriculture and industrialization program is modernized, and to ensure food self-sufficiency, and for us to say no to hunger. There's no point in dreaming when you are hungry. You need to dream on a full belly so that you can reach out for the stars. It is our aim to ensure surplus for export and value addition through processing while providing employment opportunities for the teeming unemployed youth in agriculture and allied sectors. We have the Operation Get Off the Street down to get all our vulnerable people who are on the streets off for a better life, eradicating the headquarter phenomena where human beings are treated like donkeys, called the Kayai. We have a 5-year strategic plan to eradicate this phenomenon. The provision of cash alone without sustainable livelihoods, income generation, and employment does not provide a sustained exit for poverty. The government of Ghana is therefore creating pathways out of poverty into livelihoods that are sustainable and can contribute towards economic growth and development. The government has therefore initiated the process of developing a more robust, productive inclusion strategy as a more sustainable means of addressing extreme poverty and vulnerability beyond cash transfers and into trade for a Ghana beyond aid. The time has come to translate our laws and policies into our native dialects so that our people can have better understanding of their rights and responsibilities. In conclusion, Mr. Chairman, I wish to state that Ghana's desire to become a poverty-free with zero hunger nation by 2030 is on course. We are leaving nobody behind in spite of our challenges or out of it. No doubt it requires sustaining the gains made over the years, continued collaboration, dialogue, and sharing of experiences at international, national, and subnational levels about what works and what does not work. With a grassroots approach, we have the opportunity and the responsibility to get it right for our vulnerable. And we are determined as a people to unlock opportunities, develop our full potential of our young children and youth, invest in innovative approaches and initiatives for solving our problems, increase monitoring and evaluation to ensure that our strategies for eradicating poverty would indeed achieve meaningful, sustainable development for all our people. Ghana is the pride of Africa in name, and we are working to ensure that it is indeed. We are challenged, Mr. Chairman, and inspired by our expectations of ourselves, our goals and vision of where we want to be and how to get there. To eradicate poverty is what we are deemed to get right. I thank you all for your kind attention.